You're listening to BGU Radio.
Welcome aboard. You are listening to BGU Radio from the Sede Boqer Campus. This is the pilot edition of the 2020 BGU Radio broadcast cohort. My name is Shadrack from Ghana, and in the studio we have Jaideep, Vinolia, Rohith, Jhad, and Ramon. I always say the Sede Boqer Campus of the Ben Gurion University of the Negev is a microcosm of the world, giving it internationality, reflecting global diversity. You may find students from all over the world coming from Europe, America, Asia, and even Africa, like myself. Today, we are discussing some aspects of the internationality here on this campus. We are mainly focusing on the challenges to the success of international romantic relationships and diversities of accents spoken across this campus. For starters, matters of the heart are so emotional and touching to the soul. Jaideep and Jhad passionately discusses the subject of romance on campus. You will love it as you take time to listen to them.
Hi, Jaideep.
Hi, Jhad. Are you okay? You sound sad.
To be honest, I'm actually very upset because a good friend of mine today, she broke up with a boyfriend.
Why? What happened?
The reason is they are from two different countries, and the parents of the girls, they didn't allow to marry to this guy.
Cross-cultural relationships can be difficult, but I think there's much to be said for them too. It's about how much effort you're going to have to put in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm in the international school, so I have many friends from different countries. So we have a common interest, we have a common pressure, and sometimes it can create very good friendship and sometimes more, such as like love.
I know you're upset, and I don't want to be the voice of reason at this moment, but I will say that, as wonderful as love is, it requires support and sustenance. And for example, I think cross-cultural relationships are very interesting, they're great, they're rewarding, but you have to work on them. For example, normally in conservative cultures, you don't marry the person, you marry their family. And so it's not just one person, but you want their siblings, their parents, their grandparents to all accept you. So language becomes important. Now, if you're very religious, for example, another factor that can divide, maybe you don't want to convert, that's fine, but then sometimes you have to make compromises. Between some cultures it's easier, other cultures it's harder. There's a lot of work, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, but what do you think? Some parents, they are very strict. For example, I can say about my parents. Definitely, they will not allow me, even I will fall in love to one guy and I will tell them that I'm in love. I love this guy and I would like to marry him. But they will say me, no, you cannot marry. You should live with us in our country. So then I will be in between two very important things in my life. In one hand, I will have my lover, with whom I would like to spend whole my life. And in second hand, I have my parents.
Well, I've grown up in a very multicultural, multinational sort of environment in different places, and I've seen many of these cases. I think the first thing I would suggest is always bring in the family early. Not necessarily your parents, your siblings, your close friends, family friends, your aunt, whoever you have a good relationship. You don't want to surprise your parents saying, hey, I'm getting married tomorrow to this guy. That's one thing. The second thing I would also say is that we think many things are not negotiable today because we are single and we have certain ideas. But when you meet somebody and you're really in love, things change. Maybe you're willing to relocate. Maybe he's willing to relocate, because I'm assuming it's reciprocal. So I'm assuming he loves you too. So this is something we have to consider. It cannot be simply, we cannot formulate a future based on what we think today. So this is the thing with your friend. I mean, if she had worked her family in, maybe, I don't know her, each situation is different. There is no general formula. But the family is important that way. The language, I would definitely tell both of them, learn each other's language, because it's just much easier to communicate. And even if, I'm not into conversion, but I would say learn about the other person's religion, or how he or she practices their religion. Because again, religion is personal. If you learn these things, I think it helps. Parents are always worried, ultimately, I think, a good parent that is, that their child will be unhappy. And what do they know that makes the child happy? Since childhood, they've maintained a certain culture, certain tradition. If you go away from it and then something goes wrong 10 years down the road or 15 years down the road, what do you fall back on? And they might not be there to help you then. It's just worry. It's annoying, but it's annoying in a very endearing way.
But thing is, people are different. People, they have a different opinions, ideas about love, about relationship. But what I can say that sometimes you cannot convince your parents, your even siblings, your relatives that you love this person and you want to be with him. Sometimes it's very difficult. They will be like very strict and they will say, no, if you will marry to this guy, we will not see you. And then it will be very difficult decision in your life. But on the other hand, I think that we have only one life. And we should choose what is good for us. And if you meet some guy who is from different country and you really love him, you should marry him, because maybe you will not meet such guy in the future. But sometimes it's very difficult to explain your parents. This is that's why I'm very sad about you. Yeah.
Would you be happy without your parents? Is the next question I would ask, because it's a difficult choice.
Yeah, I know, but I have only one parents. They give me life, and I have to be I'm very appreciative for that one. They gave me education. They gave me everything in my life. Even I'm thankful that I'm here in the international school for my parents. So it's very, very difficult.
It's individual, but honestly, I think we should not force ourselves to choose between our significant other and parents. I think that's a false choice. I think we have to look harder. And yes, some parents are harder to convince and some parents won't be convinced. Some parents might be convinced only with the arrival of grandchildren even. You might need a bigger argument. It depends from case to case, but it is definitely something worth considering.
Yeah, also the reason might be, for example, I would like to live in my country because I would like to be close to my parents in the future. They're becoming old, so I would like to support them. But if I will meet a guy from different country and I will tell him that let's live in my country, definitely he will say me, let's live in my country. So in this case, we should negotiate the situation. So the problem. So how we can solve this problem?
First of all, it depends which country it is, because I think some people would be more willing to relocate than others. For example, Southeast Asia or Africa, people would be more willing to relocate to an OECD country simply because of the quality of life. It's a purely material thing. Secondly, the thing is, remember, when you're in love, you might change your mind. You might be willing to relocate. You have to get your parents across. We cannot make up our minds when we're single to apply to a situation when we are in love.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with this statement, because when you are in love, you cannot
make sacrifice. You can make sacrifices you never thought possible.
Yeah. You cannot think clearly, right?
That's also true.
Yeah, you will just follow your feelings, but then you can make a lot of mistakes. Yeah,
and that's why you need a good friend.
Yeah, like you.
Thank you. Well, I hope you're feeling better now, a little bit.
Actually, I would like to help you, but I cannot help in this situation. That's why I'm not feeling well up to now, but I hope that it will be solved. And my opinion, of course, I always in the side of the love, although, parents, it will not be replaceable in your life. And we have actually in my country, we have a famous poetry who says like, love is without language. You cannot see the love, but you can feel it with the heart. So I would like that every people in the world that they will feel the love and they will meet such person and they will be happy. Even they are from different countries, different relationship. I would like to say that every person, they have a right and they have to choose and they should be together, even though they are from different countries, from different religions. Anyway, they should be, if they love each other, they should be together.
Here's hoping to that.
Lovely people, it is not just all about the tales of love and romance. Communication is another cardinal aspect of the international dimensions here on the Sede Boqer Campus. Different people from different parts of the world meet up and speak differently. Talking about accent, now let us turn to Ramon and his team as they bring us a sub-session on the subject of diversities of accent.
Hello and good evening. We are here in Sede Boqer. And today I have with me in the studio two very good friends which I met here in the podcast training. Rohith and Vinolia.
Hi, Ramon.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you doing?
Amazing.
We've just met 5 minutes ago, but still.
Yeah. Very good friends, as I said before. So, today we are going to talk about accents.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that when I speak English, I can perfectly understand myself in the head.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes out, I'm not really sure everyone can understand me.
It's true.
It is true, yeah.
I get what you
I
mean.
know. You get what I mean, because English is not my mother language.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out it's all connected to accents.
Mm.
And when you study here in Sede Boqer Campus, you meet and you hear many different accents. So today we're going to speak about this topic. Earlier when we spoke, when we talked, I understood that there are many accents inside India.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question I want to ask you is, how many languages are there in India?
We have 22 official languages.
And there are many languages, many hundreds and hundreds of languages which were spoken, but they doesn't have any manuscript. And they are yet to be recognized.
Okay, so I think it's a lot of languages and probably a lot of accents. What are the main spoken languages, though?
We have two constitutional languages. One is Hindi and one is English. So every state has its own language. Back in India, we speak those languages, but when you have to communicate with another person, you prefer either these two common languages. One is Hindi and one is English.
Okay, when you say it's
like
constitutional...
when you go to another state is what I mean, not within the state.
Okay. When you say it's constitutional, it means every kid in India is learning both these languages?
Not every kid. The medium of instruction is preferred is either English or Hindi, or in other cases we have subjects being taught in their own native languages, like vernacular languages, that is particular for a specific state of India.
Okay, so in this situation, why will two Indian people that are meeting say they are from two different states? Why will they speak English?
They will speak in English to exchange. The language will act as a medium of communication to make forward the process. So for that, English is the only media where the people from South India, we doesn't have much exposure to. Hindi meets a guy from North India who doesn't have much exposure to Tamil. Then English is the only way to communicate.
Okay. And will you recognize where a person is from in India by hearing their English accent?
We can't pin them to a particular state based on their English accent, but we can definitely say that they belong to the northern region or the southern region, because each of our native languages has a lot of influence on the English that we speak or the English accent that we have. So that's how it is. So you can't tell them from where they are exactly, but yeah, you can say that they belong to this place or they probably speak this language.
Okay, and when you will speak to another person in your state, in your local language, will you recognize any difference in the accent?
Yes, we do recognize a particular person within the same state and which district or which region he belongs to and which territory he do fall, because the accents are much influenced by several parameters, like which the socio-economic conditions of the district, the geography of the state, like the territory which the person is coming from is in between the border. He do have effect of both languages from different states, like the particular person, friend of mine, falls in a border between Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. He do has an accent of Telugu which is mixed with the Karnataka hint. So like which, and it is vice versa. Like when he speaks Kannada, the native language of Karnataka, he do has a hint of Telugu in his accent. So like which we can distinguish the people within the state to which district or which territory he do fall.
Okay, so from what you said, Rohith, we can understand that accents can be influenced by the socio-economical status. They can be influenced by the geography and by many other parameters, as you said. It's very interesting, and I think it's not something you usually think about when you think about accents.
Accents, yes.
I would like to ask you now, regarding to your experience in the SB campus, where you meet students from all over the world.
Yes.
From, I think, dozens of countries. What is your experience relating to the exposure to different languages and accents in SB campus?
As you said, Ramon, there are people from a lot of different countries who are here in Sede Boqer, and I think having this diverse group makes it a more accepting group of people. Like, people make an effort to understand you. And I think in Sede Boqer especially, they don't discriminate you based on your accent or your nationality. And I find people more accepting. They make the effort to want to understand you. And it kind of gives you the motivation to, try and make yourself more comprehensible and try and improve your language skills. And your what I meant was communication skills. So I think it's a very nice area, very nice campus, or this region or this Sede Boqer campus is a place to improve your skills and confidence. And yes, I think I think I've had a nice experience.
It's
and
a good experience.
So from my personal experience, I wish to share, in Sede Boqer, we will be having, it is a platform where we can learn different accents from different countries. So we are capable enough to understand them, by which we can communicate to them, and we can improve our social life, we can improve our networking. And I have so many friends from different worlds. I'm very proud to share that, and I am really glad to be a student and proud to be a student of BGU, and especially a student of the Sede Boqer campus.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. It was most interesting. And I would like to thank you, Vinolia, and you, Rohith, for joining me here.
It's a pleasure to be in the show and part of the show.
Thank you,
Ramon.
Yeah, thank you for this interesting conversation.
And thank you all for listening. Bye.
Cherished listeners, I hope you have really enjoyed your time with us. You can latch on to more of our podcast shows online at BGU Radio. Hey guys, many thanks for your wonderful contributions towards the success of this show. Special mention goes to Boozy, who has worked assiduously behind the scenes. Until we meet again, it's bye for now.